Hey, what's up filmmakers and photographers? Today I'm going to show you a set of very interesting lenses which you should definitely check out. The lenses I'm talking about are the newly released sniper lenses from SIRUI. And yes, you probably know SIRUI from their anamorphic lens series, but now they just released their first autofocus lenses. So today we take a look on their optics, how they look like on real shoot scenarios, both for videos and photos. And I'm also going to provide you some examples, of course, so you can see how they look like. As a quick disclaimer, SIRUI did send me over these lenses, but they didn't told me what to say in this video, so this is an unbiased review, and I'm going to share my personal opinion about the lenses. So SIRUI sent me the lenses about 3 weeks ago, so I had a pretty short amount of time to test them out. But before that, I was able to test them a little bit at the APS-C in Amsterdam, where they showed them off for the first time. And I was really impressed by the image quality and how fast and reliable the autofocus is, even though on a Nikon camera. But before we dive into the lenses, let's talk about the camera setup I'm using to put these autofocus lenses to the test. I'm shooting on my A7S III and also on my A7 III. And yes, I know these two cameras are not APS-C lenses at all, but of course you can use APS-C lenses on full frame cameras. Especially on the Sony cameras, you can use the clear image zoom function so you don't lose any resolution when filming. In fact, I'm actually using my A7 III right now with one of the lenses. So let me show you how it actually looks like when you put the lens on the camera and turn off Super 35 mode. So as you can see, there's a huge vignetting, of course, because I have to crop in a little bit because APS-C sensors are a lot smaller, usually 1.5 times smaller than full frame cameras. So to bypass that, you can use the clear image zoom function on the Sony camera so you don't lose any resolution at all. So let me show you. I'm gonna crop in 1.3 times, not even 1.5, so you have a little wider shot than you actually would do on an APS-C camera. So this is the crop times 1.3. And the autofocus, as you can see, still works perfectly well. Yeah, the focus works pretty well on these lenses, as you can see here on the little studio test right now. Yeah, but I will show you some real life examples. I just wanted to explain you why I use my full frame cameras for obviously APS-C sensor lenses. First, let's talk about the build and design of these lenses. So if you go for the 3 lens set, they will come in a sturdy little carrying case, which is a great added bonus for protection during transportation. They come in 3 different colors, black, gray, and the other ones, like I have, come in a white finish. The lenses themselves are made for photography and also for videography. So first of all, they are available for Sony E, Fujifilm X and Nikon Z mount. There's a 23, a 33 and a 56mm, which is equivalent to a full frame of 35, 50 and 85. Each of the lenses weigh about 400 grams. They all have a filter thread of 58mm, which makes it super easy to add some filters to the lenses. They also have an USB-C input for future firmware updates. And of course a manual focus ring, which feels pretty great if you want to take full control over your focus. They all come with an impressively low f-stop of 1.2, providing the beautiful shallow depth of field we all love. The minimum focus distance for the 23mm lens is about 30 centimeters, for the 33mm it's 40 centimeters, and for the 56mm it's 50 centimeters. So it's quite close, as you can see here. This is still in focus, and I'm actually filming this at 1.2, which is very impressive. So quality wise, this 56mm is equivalent to an 85 full frame. So this is a full frame lens and this is the APS-C lens, and the APS-C lens from SIRUI is actually a little bit heavier, which means they used very good material instead of mostly plastic here probably on the Sony ones. And also the 33mm versus the 55 here from Zeiss. Also the 33 from SIRUI feels a little bit heavier. I know the lens cap is on, but this shouldn't affect the weight too much. So yeah, let me know if you want to see a comparison between these lenses. I also have a 35mm lens on my camera behind me right now, because I'm filming on the 23, which is equivalent to a 35. So if you want to see any comparison, also let me know down in the comments, and I would be happy to create a comparison about the lenses. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. How's the image quality? I've tested these lenses in various shooting conditions and I'm very impressed with the sharpness, clarity and color reproduction. The autofocus system works like a charm, ensuring your shots are always in focus. Either for photography and also for videography as well. I even mounted the camera with the lens on a card mount, and the autofocus didn't let me down at all. As you can see here, my friend on the bike is coming closer and the lens just keeps focus. Here are a couple more portrait photos I took as a reference, and I just did a little bit of skin retouching and some raw adjustments. I didn't over edit them, so you can see how the images actually came out of the camera. By the way, the flare here on this image wasn't added in post, the lens actually catch them like that. In my opinion, the flare looks really sick. Here are also a couple more clips using the 3 different lenses on a gimbal, on a rarely sunny day. Now let's talk about the price point of these lenses, which is of course always very interesting to know, right? The lenses are going to be available from today on November 20th and can be purchased with a super early bird set price of $849, which includes all 3 lenses. Or of course individually, and each lens costs about 350 euros, which is equivalent to about $370 US. Alright, thank you so much for joining in this review today. I hope it was helpful and informative for you, and also helped you with your decision if you're on the ledge of getting these lenses. For me, in my opinion, they are totally worth it, so I hope I made your decision easier. And by the way, I'm also reviewing these lenses here pretty soon on my channel, so if you want to tune in on these, consider to subscribe so you don't miss on that one. So, thank you so much again. If you have any further questions, just let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.